Marcus Alonso, Chelsea defender to stop taking knee after claiming anti-racism gesture, is losing strength. The Spain left-back says he will instead point to the Premier League "No Room for Racism" badge on his sleeve. Players have been taking a knee since the summer of 2020 to show support for the movement for racial equality. Since the Premier League resumed in the summer of 2020 after coronavirus enforced break, players, officials, and staff at games have been taking a knee before kick-off to show support for the movement for racial equality. "I'm fully against racism, and I'm against every type of discrimination, and I'm just prefer to put my finger to the badge where it says no to racism, like they do in some other sports and football in other countries," Alonso said. Crystal Palace forward Wilfried Zaha became the first top-flight player to opt out of the gesture earlier this year after starting his belief that taking a knee is degrading. Alonso, who was speaking to the media following Chelsea's victory over Nottingham on Sunday, said he had not discussed his decision with any of his Chelsea teammates, several of whom have been victims of racial abuse. The 30-year-old, who had fallen out of favour at Chelsea under Frank Lampard before Thomas Tuchel's arrival last season, has made a strong start to the 2021-2022 campaign, starting all 5 Premier League games ahead of England defender Ben Chilwell. The high regard in which Tuchel holds Alonso was highlighted by the former Bolton and Sunderland defender being given the captain armband as Chelsea beat Aston Villa earlier this month. Sunday's 3-0 win at Spurs maintained the European champions' unbeaten start to the season, during which have claimed 4 wins and a draw from a tough opening schedule. Steve Cooper agrees to become Nottingham Forest manager. An announcement is expected later on Tuesday with the deal for Steve Cooper to take over at the City crowd finalized. Nottingham Forest agreed compensation with his former club Swansea late last week. He left Swansea in July after leading them to the Championship playoffs. Forest agreed compensation with his former club Swansea late last week because Cooper was still technically contracted to the Welsh club. He left the Library Stadium as head coach in July after leading them to the Championship playoffs. Cooper, who guided England to the U17 World Cup in 2017, was immediately identified as the preferred candidate following the sacking of Chris Hughton. Forest started the championship campaign with 1 draw and 6 defeats. After Hughton departed, the managerless Forest claimed their first league win of their season with a 2-0 victory at Huddersfield. With interim head coach Stephen Reid overseeing Saturday's game, a first-half strike from Lewis Raban and an own goal by Lee Nichols just after halftime saw Forest pick up all 3 points. It was also the first time they have scored more than 1 goal in a league game since April.